Yo, what is going on YouTube? It is Dylan. We are back here with another Madden video. Today, what I got for y'all is going over my top 10 offensive abilities in Madden 22 Ultimate Team. Now, before we do go on ahead and get into the video, if you are new to the channel, make sure to smash that like button and also subscribe if you are new. I drop almost daily Madden content on the channel. My end of year goal for Madden 22 is to hit that 10K subscriber milestone. Also, subscribing is free and you would greatly help out the channel. Now, getting into it right here, we're gonna have a couple honorable mentions. Now, that's why I'm just on mud.gg because it's gonna be a lot easier to just go through abilities, right? The first honorable mention is gonna be apprentice abilities. So like slot apprentice right here, wide receiver apprentice, outside apprentice. They're all really good. It just kind of depends on your offense, right? If you need them or not. Slot apprentice and say like a bunch or like even like trips or something could be very useful, but you don't need it for every single offense, right? And that's why I want to leave it as an honorable mention. And the other honorable mentions like jukebox, bulldozer, stuff like that, all pretty good running back abilities that can break some tackles for you, but I just don't think they're quite top 10, but they are still pretty good, so I wanted to shed some light on it. Now at number 10, we're gonna get it started right here with an ability that is a little bit hit or miss, but when it hits, my god, and it's gonna be red zone threat. So red zone threat right here, pretty much guaranteeing you touchdowns if you go ahead, put it on your tall defenders and they're one-on-one, right? Some good people to run this on, like Kyle Pitts would be great, and just like tall players, right? Like Mike Williams also wouldn't be bad as well. I just really like this ability. The hardest place to score in Madden 22 next gen is the red zone, so why not go ahead, give yourself more opportunity to score in the red zone, right? I think it's a great ability, a little bit inconsistent, but I still think it's worthy of top 10. Now, next up at number 9 right here for abilities, I'm gonna go post up. I was debating on even putting post up on here because O-line abilities are not necessary, specifically on next gen, right? Like it's not necessary at all, but post up on your center for 2 AP is not a bad one. Helps in the run game and helps to double teams as well, because for some reason EA's logic is, hey, let's let defenders split double teams easier than single blocks. Doesn't really make a ton of sense. Post up helps out a lot with that, so I think post up on the center is fine. Everywhere else, like if you run the ball a lot too, post up on every single lineman is a good ability. It just kind of depends, one, on your offense, two, like I don't know if you even want to spend the AP, because like we're getting quarterbacks like Unitas that has all three of the top 3 abilities we'll cover later. At number 8 right here, we have 2 abilities that are kind of tied. It just depends on what one your quarterback can get, and that's going to be either long range Deadeye right here, which pretty much is just perfect accuracy on deep throws, right? Like the only throws your quarterbacks are really going to miss on the run is deep throws, so you can roll out like an idiot with escape artist and just launch that thing with this ability and have no remorse. And tied with his ability is going to be roaming Deadeye. Roaming Deadeye is pretty much going to be the same thing, but it's going to be all ranges. All you're going to want to do is roll out the pocket, let go of that sprint, and then it should be perfectly accurate every single time. Now at number 7 right here, we have another slight tie because I feel like they're both the same ability. Backfield Master or Backfield Mismatch. So pretty much both of these will boost catching. I personally like Backfield Master better on receiving backs because you get additional hot routes as well. So it really is up to you which one you want to run, but they're both really good. They just boost your running back catching. Backfield Master, you get some really nice angle routes. You get some hot routes and boosted catching with Backfield Master, so I'd probably lean Master over Mismatch. At number 6 right here, listen, if you run the ball and you're not running Leapfrog, you are making a big mistake. I'm going to tell you right now, Leapfrog is amazing. This is, in my opinion, the best running back ability in the game. One, if you just jurtle into hit sticks, whatever, you will never ever fumble, right? Also with this ability, it doesn't really say it in the description, right? But I feel like personally you get better animations with this ability as well. It's the best way to cut back. So if you're running to the left, the best way to cut back is to jurtle. So there's no, if you run the ball at all, and if you just want a fun ability to use as well, this is one of the best ones in the game because the animations you get and the missed tackles you get are absolutely ridiculous. It's a lot of fun and it's very annoying to go up against. Now at number 5 right here, we have matchup nightmare, specifically 1 on tight ends, 2 on physical archetype wide receivers for 1 AP. Tight ends will always get it for 2 AP. Tight ends, this should be self-explanatory. You can't run man coverage on your tight end pretty much with the linebacker, and that's really where the tight end's gonna be manned up a lot of the time, so it will just completely just dominate that. Right now, why would I want it on a physical wide receiver? So this ability activates on everything. If there was all Madden seasons, y'all would see really how ridiculous this ability is, because you get some crazy ags as well in all Madden with it. But on just all pro, it still activates. Sometimes you will go ahead, it'll activate and you drop the ball, but I feel like it is so good. Physical archetype, 1 AP. I feel like you just can't pass it up. Like, honestly, if I'm running Mike Williams, I might have matchup nightmare and red zone threat on him for 2 AP. I just feel like this ability value wise is just insane. Like, there's just, if you're running a physical receiver on your theme team, or you just have a physical receiver, I don't see why you would run anything else. Like, nothing else is going to be as valuable than this for 1 AP. And at number 4 right here, we have the best receiver ability in the game, Deep Out Elite. I think it activates on more than just deep out routes, right? Like, oh, obviously, right? If you run crossers, if you run anything like that's deep at all, put this on the receiver. I think route runners and deep darts get it for 1 AP. Really helps get their toes in the on the sideline as well, right? Gives you better animations. It cooks the man coverage as well when you're running a deep out route. It's just really, it's so good. Like, I feel like this ability is by far the best one in the game for a receiver. It's not even close. Like, matchup nightmare is really good on a physical receiver, but Deep Out Elite is like even better on every single other like card. So I really love this ability. I currently run 2 Deep Out Elites. Just again, want to get those toes in bounds. Now after that, we're in the top 3. So at number 3, they're all going to be quarterback abilities, by the way, too. So at number 3, I have Hot Route Master. Hot Route Master, pretty much you get every good hot route in the game, right? This ability right here makes it to where you can run any offense in the game. Like, if you want to be an off meta player, I feel like Hot Route Master is almost a necessity. Like, there are some good off meta formations that you don't need Hot Route Master in, but for the most part, I feel like it's needed to run an off meta scheme. It sucks that it's like that, right? Like, honestly, I don't really know how I would change that. Maybe just add more routes into every playbook. Like, it shouldn't be hard, right? You can flip flop 2 and 1. Won't say you're wrong. But at number 2, I have Gunslinger, and I should also mention like Pass Lead, Set Feet Lead. If you can't get Gunslinger, I would have them somewhere on this list, but now that almost every usable quarterback is getting Gunslinger, I'm just gonna leave them off the list, right? Because Gunslinger is way better. Pretty much just makes it to where your throw is sped up on every single throw, and you won't throw the ball like a 4th grader. So the reason why this is better than Pass Lead Elite and Set Feet Lead, like, I was running Pass Lead Elite and Set Feet Lead for forever, right? Set Feet Lead doesn't activate when you're outside the pocket or on the run. Pass Lead Elite also doesn't activate when you don't pass lead. That's the thing. It's just, there's no point to just go ahead and not run Gunslinger, right? Like, it's the best of both worlds. It's basically a combo of pass lead and set feet, but even better, I'm not gonna lie to you. So absolutely broken. Honestly, Gunslinger is broken in its own way, but nothing compares to number 1. Nothing compares to number 1 this year, specifically on next gen. I think Escape Artist is the most broken it's ever been. Like, you can go back to Madden 20 and maybe I'm tripping, maybe I'm not remembering Madden 20 correctly, but this is the most broken I remember Escape Artist being. There's a contain glitch out there, by the way, too. So just people that say, oh, just keep it contained, there's a contain glitch. I was thinking about maybe dropping a YouTube video on it, but I was like, no, like, I don't really want that to get out. But yeah, so you can glitch out contains. And if that's not bad enough already, if you're not running like Micah Parsons or anyone fast, like, they just don't even have a chance to like catch any of these guys. Like, I tell this story a lot, but I was going up against, like, pretty sure it was either Boomer or like Jake Plummer with Escape. They swerved out my Deion Sanders in a spy. Like, it's to do with the next gen movement, in my opinion. It's just, it's not that I don't like the movement, it's just there's unintended consequences because of the movement. Like, when you have an ability that increases the speed and all that stuff of something, it's gonna absolutely just torch the thing you just made slower in the game, right? Like, the movement got slower and you have an ability where it's pretty much just speed boosts a quarterback. So that's why it's broken, in my opinion. I really hope they make this like 15 AP. Screw it. Let's just take Escape Artist out of the game, because I honestly feel bad that I complained about anything other than Escape Artist. Because if you keep people in the pocket in this game and they have to throw the ball, it's not that hard now to play defense. Like, it's still really hard, don't get me wrong, defense is not easy, but Escape Artist is such a bailout. Let me know down in the comments what you agree with. Are there any abilities that I'm sleeping on? Let me know down in the comments. I appreciate y'all clicking onto the video. I'm dropping the top 10 defensive abilities tomorrow, so make sure to tune into that video as well. I appreciate y'all clicking onto the video. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. But other than that, man, has been your boy Dill. I'm out. Peace, y'all.